Here's a guaranteed 50% return sitting at your job right now, and 1 in 4 people don't take all of it. Not 50% a year. 50% the day you put the money in. Nothing in investing does that. Not stocks, not crypto, not whatever your cousin is doing. Last video I showed you how a 1% fee quietly drains about $391,000 out of a career. Today's number is $384,000, and it's the same size going the other direction. Money your employer is actively trying to hand you. The catch is that nobody hands it to you. You have to go turn it on. 3 things here. How the match actually works, because the percentages are more confusing than they need to be. The auto-enrollment trap, which is why most people who think they're covered aren't. And 2 ways this money can get taken back after you've already earned it, which nobody warns you about. So, the match. You put a slice of your paycheck into your 401k. Your employer puts in money too, but only if you do. That's the whole deal. The formula is where it gets weird. The most common shape is something like 50% of the first 6%. That means if you contribute 6% of your salary, they kick in half of that, so 3%. On 60 grand a year, you're putting in $3,600 and they're adding $1,800 on top. Free. Look at what just happened. You moved $3,600 and now you have $5,400. That's a 50% return before the market has done anything at all. Some places do 100% of the first 4%. You put in $2,400, they put in $2,400. You doubled your money the day it left your paycheck. Now here's where most people lose it, and it's not their fault. You started the job. They auto-enrolled you. You never picked a number because a number was already there. Feels handled, right? Vanguard just reported that 38% of auto-enrollment plans still start people below 4%. Plenty start at 3%. But the match on that plan needs 6% to fully kick in. So the default number and the number that gets you all the money are not the same number, and nothing in your onboarding paperwork points that out. At 3% on a $60,000 salary, you get $900 of match. At 6%, you get $1,800. Same job, same company, and you're leaving $900 a year sitting there because you never changed a setting you didn't know existed. Run that $900 out over a 40-year career at 7%. It's $192,000. If your job has a 401k, there are 2 numbers you need, and most people know neither one. Number 1, what percent of your paycheck you're contributing? Number 2, what percent you have to contribute to get the full employer match? If number 1 is smaller than number 2, you are turning down free money right now today. Here's why. You got auto-enrolled and never touched it. Vanguard says 38% of those plans start you below 4%. But the match usually needs 6%. Not the same number, and nobody tells you. On a $60,000 salary, that gap is about $900 a year you're not taking. Over a career, it's around $192,000. Log in, find your contribution percentage, then ask HR 1 question. What's the match formula? Highest paid 5 minutes of your year. And this isn't a rare screw-up. The most cited study on it found 1 in 4 workers don't get their full match, and the average person in that group leaves about $1,336 a year behind. Compound that across a career, and you're at roughly $285,000. Which brings back the comparison I opened with. A 1% fee siphons $391,000 out of you without ever sending a notice. A full match at $1,800 a year builds to $384,000. Nearly identical numbers. The difference is that the fee happens whether you pay attention or not, and this one only happens if you do. 2 things that can take it back, though, and you should know both. First, vesting. Your contributions are always yours, no question. The employer's contributions might not be yet. About half of plans put the match on a vesting schedule. Sometimes you own more of it each year. Sometimes it's a cliff where you get nothing until you hit 3 years and then own all of it at once. This matters most when you're about to quit. If you're 4 months from a vesting date, that's worth knowing before you give notice. Second, and this one is obscure but real. Most plans calculate the match per paycheck, not per year. So if you front load and hit the annual limit, that's $24,500 for 2026. In September, some plans just stop matching for the rest of the year because you're no longer contributing on those paychecks. Plans with a true up go back and fix it in January. Most people never bump into this. If you're maxing out, ask. One honest caveat: if you're sitting on credit card debt at 24%, there's a real argument for attacking that first. A 50% instant match still beats 24% a year on paper, and I'd usually take the match. But that's close enough that smart people land on either side of it. And remember last video, if your 401k's fund options are expensive garbage, take the match anyway, because a 50% head start beats a bad expense ratio every single time. Then put everything above the match somewhere you actually control the fees. So, 5 minutes. Log into your 401k. Find your contribution percentage. Then send HR exactly this. What's our match formula? And am I contributing enough to get all of it? That's the whole ask. And next time, the obvious follow-up. You turn the match on, money's going in. But what is it actually buying? If you got auto-enrolled, there's a very good chance you're in something called a target date fund and nobody ever explained it to you. It's the one fund that's supposed to handle everything by itself. And honestly, for a lot of people, it's a fine answer. But there's a version of it that quietly costs you 6 figures. Subscribe, I'll show you which one you're in.